Hey, this video is called self-awareness, and the thing is that in my last video, I was trying to control what I was saying because normally I can only hold two thoughts in my head at the same time when talking to someone or like just talking by myself. And so the thing is that when I'm talking to another person, like my sister usually sits in the chair next to me and we have discussions. But the thing is that yeah, so I was instead of holding two thoughts in my head at the same time, I was trying to hold five thoughts all at the same time. And so right now um, I have a better understanding of what I'm going to say because it's only going to be like one thought at a time, so or maybe two thoughts at a time. So so like in my other video, simulated reality, um, I know that people are going to feel really uncomfortable seeing that video, but yeah, but I thought that there were lots of things I went through, but I didn't have them in the correct order. So the thing is that I skipped from one thing to another thing that had no relationship to the other. It just went on and on by whereas I wasn't linking them together, so it was incoherent. But it did have a lot of information that I knew that I had. It's just that it was harder for me to express it. Um, so I'm not usually that way all the time, and I think that like what I said before is like I wish I had a girlfriend. So the thing is that I think that a lot of women or females would not want to date a guy that looks like he has problems like I did in my other videos. The thing is, sometimes I have problems and sometimes I don't. But the thing is that like when I took my IQ test by my therapist, she's the one that did the IQ test and it was the official one. But the thing is that when she gave me all the scores, my lowest score was processing speed and working memory. So the thing is that in the test, you're supposed to remember things. Like for example, you have three numbers and then you have three letters, and so the thing is you have to put them in order from like if it was 3, 9, and 7. 3 would go first, 7 would go second, and 9 would go third. Um, hello? That was advertisement or something. So getting back to what I said was that yeah, so in the IQ test, I could only handle, since I can only handle two thoughts at a time, when they were giving me the test, it had to be like five things at the same time. And so when I did that, they also recorded how fast I did it. So the thing is that with my working memory, I can hold like five things in my head at the same time, but when I do that, it takes me a really, really long time to get them in order. So the thing is, like, I can hold, yeah, I can hold probably five, but unlike right now where I'm just free flowing, um, doing this doesn't really require me to hold five items in my head at once. But the way I'm talking right now has to do with just like if I was talking to a real person, because when I talk to real people, um, I'm not juggling everything around. So the thing is that that's the kind of the reason why I think that my school records put me into the place where I could do the gifted classes, or the gifted students went to a certain class. But the thing is that when I was in that class, I always had enough time to write things down and keep it all in order, and I can do that pretty fast on paper, but I can't do that. I cannot do that inside my head. So the thing is that yeah, I'm going to pause for a little while, but it won't pause. I won't pause for like however many times I paused in my previous video. So the thing is self-awareness. So I think that self-awareness is kind of the reason why people are faster can deal with things. So the thing is, like, I know a person who, I don't know, I was buying groceries and the person was helping me, and he could add up, like, I had like 5 boxes of food, or like TV dinners, and he remembered the all 5 prices, and then he added them all together in his head. And so the thing is, 5 boxes with like 4-digit numbers. So like he had them all like that, and he found the entire total of the price that we were going to have to pay for it at the counter. So that's the thing, is that I have a lot of factual information, but the factual information does not come from holding it. So the people that are able to hold several amounts of items at the same time, those people, well, that's kind of the reason I felt dumb all the time, because yeah, because I could think of neat ideas, very neat ideas, but I would just make lots of errors. And so when I make lots of errors, I can go back and fix them just as long as they're in front of me. But if I had to do it inside my head, I totally would not be able to do it. And so yeah, so self-awareness. Self-awareness, I think that self-awareness has to be due to being non-judgmental. So the thing is that like in Taoism, like in China, Tao, Taoism. So the thing is, they have this concept of effortless meditation and effortless balance in martial arts. And so that's kind of what I have been trying to do, is that I try to be aware of, mostly it's in my head. So the thing is that, like, I try to be like, okay, I'm looking at something, I'm looking at the screen, and then I realize that I have peripheral vision. So the thing is, like, when I take something in, usually it's very narrow, but if I get a wider span of view, then that means that wider span allows me to think about, okay, I'm actually inside my head looking outward, instead of, okay, there's something right there and I have to focus on it. Well, focus on it exclusively. So I'm just trying to be aware of my entire environment and everything that it contains in it all at once. And so so going along with that line of reasoning or whatever, yeah, it's kind of like being the observer. So the thing is, in quantum physics, or like New Age quantum physics, they say, okay, pretend that you are not your body. Just pretend that you're just aware of your body, but you are not your body. And so that would be the observer. So that would mean that when I look out my eyes, I wouldn't be trying to control everything. When I do something with my hands, I'm not going to try to control it. I'm just going to let it happen, and that would be how Taoism works, is that you just let it happen, and you just are aware of everything being inside you because you're observing your body. You're not your body itself. And so, and another way to describe that is that if you're if you are observing your body, then that means that you can that means that okay, so energy is flowing throughout your body. You have your blood vessels, you have your electric signals in the brain, you have the muscles have to take energy so that they can actually move. And so the thing is that it energy. So the thing is that when you have self-awareness, you're able to look inside your head and you're able to look inside your body, and that means that you can say, okay, I can see the energy flowing through my body, I can feel the energy flowing through my body, and so the thing is that once it flows through my body, I'm not attached to it. So the thing is that like yeah, so like listening to music. So when you listen to music, sometimes it's good music and sometimes you don't enjoy the music. But the thing is that when you become the observer of the music, like I have my headphones right here, so I put those in my ears, and inside my head I can like feel the music intensity. So the thing is that once you feel the intensity, then that means that it just fades away because you're able to handle more and more energy. So that means that if normally if you take a shower and you don't like cold showers, then it's kind of horrible. But the thing is that once you start looking into yourself and you realize that that the coldness or the water is flowing over you, and when that happens is that it strengthens the connections that have to do with getting hold of the intensity. So once you become immune to it or conditioned to it, even though it feels just as cold as before, you have a neutral stance inside yourself, and that neutral stance allows the energy to be absorbed, and so all kinds of energy. So just bodily energy, just hearing energy, and like it's vibrating inside your head, but with the music. But that means it strengthens the connections that that allow you to flow the energy through you. So it was sort of like a power line. So like all the little brain cells in your head are like power lines. And so the thing is that like when the energy is flowing through those power lines, it's not permanent because they're not recording any information. They're just allowing the energy to go through them. And so when you're realizing that the energy goes through you, that creates self-awareness. So the thing is that if you have self-awareness, then that means that I think that means you're able to hold more thoughts in your head, because it gets once you get your mind really quiet, then that means like I said before, I had anxiety and I had OCD. But the thing is that the reason I had those things was because I couldn't direct the energy away from it. So the thing is that with self-awareness, you're able to know where the energy is going by just observing it. And so that means if it's completely quiet, the energy just doesn't bother you anymore if it's really intense, because you can handle all the intensities, and then that means that you can enjoy music at a deeper level, because then you actually get in tune with it, and you get like a shiver down your spine or goosebumps because it feels so great. And the thing is, even though it feels good, you're still in, you're still letting it happen naturally. And so, oh yeah, so I saw, usually, like in Japan or in China, when they're meditating, they're like sitting underneath a waterfall. And so the thing is that I've actually been under a waterfall, and it was horrible. Like I'm kind of highly sensitive. I don't really like going swimming because like when I get in the water, like first it's really intense when you jump in because it's all cold, but then when you get out of the water, it's like the wind is blowing on you, and it just feels uncomfortable. So yeah, so let's say that there's a monk that's meditating underneath a waterfall. And the thing is that they're able to do that because they're able to control um, the intensity of the coldness by just observing it without getting involved with it. So you detach from the intensity, but you do not detach from the feelings. So they can feel every drop of water. They can feel all of it flowing over them. But then, since in their mind they're saying, okay, this is really cold, but because I'm detached from it, I can increase my self-awareness, and that means that increasing self-awareness just means you're able to increase the intensity in your mind or body or whatever. So, and yeah, so I'm not sure if that's it or not, but like I'm just trying to be more self-aware, and I think that when I become more self-aware, I'm able to talk like normally. So um, I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna stop the video.